Burn live. Marijuana keeping you connected, hashtagging these red eyes, changing the viewer's eye red, keeping underage, smoking on social media, killing ourselves for your entertainment. Sitting here with friends and family, starting a cannabis station. Welcome to another edition of Cannabis Conservative Show where we sit up here and we go over everyday things of lives of politics, news, laughter, and joy. What's up, everybody? I've been watching some of my podcast people, and I was like, man, I noticed that they really do be having music like super, super, super subtle in the background. Sometimes you can like rarely hear it. One guy, I had to actually strain my ear to actually hear that they had music in the background. Y'all, it's a late start because I had a customer at my job that literally did a port over and then they wouldn't give him his transfer pin because he didn't know what day he started or the last time he paid a bill. So they denied him his transfer pin number. So he had to get a new account. You know how that goes when it's at the end. So that made me get a late start. I literally got home at the time it was time to go live, and I wasn't fully ready, ready at all. So I was like, "Hey, if I'm gonna do it like this, I'm gonna at least go live. It's gonna be late, whatever, whatever." My co-host is in the building, Cakes of Angel.
What's up, y'all?
Um, yeah. The thing is, I'm guessing and I'm assuming is it's a late night show. So people who actually be watching my show even later than normal, like, or be trying to catch my show late, here you go. You know what I'm saying? Because I know I got one guy who said, man, he catch my show so early in the morning because it be so late at night. When I go live, he be a little upset that I get off a little early. Well, he's upset that I only go live for an hour. If any of my main people watch my show or come into my live streams or watch anything that I do, and you're upset that I only go live for an hour, understandable. I do understand. I do. I get it. I get it. I wish I can go live a little bit longer. I wish I can do more. But sometimes either I'm getting too high or all of a sudden the sleepiness kick in, because I've been up all damn day. It just it's a lot of things that comes into factors about an hour into my show. A lot of things. Every time I say a lot of things have not been going on in the news, and then here we go straight to the news, and then we just find a whole bunch of stuff. A lot of people have been making fun of Joe Biden and the falling. We seen it yesterday, day before yesterday, Joe Biden falling. There have been a lot of missing kids that's just been weirdly spread it throughout America. You know what I'm saying? I've been seeing a lot of little trials and tribulations and stuff like that. Um, I'm just really right now just kind of skimming over a couple articles that I'm looking at. Just skimming over a couple articles. A lot of people have been arguing.
Yo, Bash, you been tripping on
Did
them
the
hoes?
Democrats win the debt ceiling? Did the Republicans win it? Who really won it? From what I learned yesterday, and unfortunately I had to cut that short, but from what I really learned yesterday, everything that this debt ceiling bill or law, as they want to say, that they're trying to put into office, really is not affecting the middle class citizens. They all, if I'm not mistaken, they kept saying veterans, Medicaid, uh, college forgiveness program. Nothing really to help the middle class. Joe Biden said something about he brought so many jobs back to America. We actually looked it up yesterday, and I think it was 19 million jobs or something like that. And I'm like, okay, 19 million jobs compared to nobody was working during the pandemic is I guess going up. And then another thing is I always seem like he is competing with making sure that his numbers and everything look better than Trump. Now that's just my opinion. If y'all see what I see, then hey man, put down a comment. Hey man, you kind of got a point there. You know, it is what it is. I'm just trying to shoot the breeze, roll the blunt before we really get into the videos. Also, I've been skimming through these videos trying to find out what the what. Yesterday, I didn't get a chance to really skim through videos like I normally would to get us prepared. Like, okay, y'all, I'm ready to bring y'all the receipts. Actually, I don't know what type of receipts I'm gonna bring y'all today. I really don't. What's up, No? What's up, Bruce? What's up, Catrice? What's up, Tiff? What's up, Justin? What's up, Kay? I'm just trying to name people who normally just stop by and watch the video. Special shout out to Nitro. I know he watching. Like, bro, you didn't. Where's mine? Yeah, I gotta give him a special because he was one of the first people to jump up in the stream. Streamer, I'm a dreamer. I don't know where that came from. I really don't. I guess the first story that I guess I'm gonna get into, to be honest with you, is to see what Trump did say about Joe Biden and them bashing each other, because I don't know, just like a heavyweight fight when you want to see the main event. These are the two people, Joe Biden and Trump, that's going to be in the main event of the presidency. So, I guess it is. I don't want to say I guess it is, because to me it is interesting. I'm curious. But just to see, you know what I'm saying, them bicker back at each other, back and forth. Y'all heard up, I'm almost done. I don't know about nobody else. But I love a nice, well rolled blunt.
Right there. I made sure.
I rolled a blunt earlier today, and it raveled on me. I know I really need to get back into talking about marijuana on here and talking about weed and stuff like that. Okay, maybe I don't. The reason I don't, because this is a marijuana channel, we do smoke weed, we talk about things. The reason I don't bring it up as much is for the simple fact that they don't censor me. I don't get as penalized.
It's in your control. It's in everything that you do. It's in your show.
And I haven't did the research and we'll say that for rainy, but I really think that you can advertise marijuana like
True.
because and hear me out, y'all. The reason I'm saying is because check this out. Dispensaries do not have commercials.
I want to start with the
True.
And that's why I say that dispensaries do not have commercials. I see them have ads on the radio. Yes, I have seen the ads on the radio. I'm not knocking radio for us that, but ads on television, YouTube, mainstream media, for as ads, a commercial, I have not seen. I've seen like little things like, hey, come in, get your discount, 20% off a pre-roll, whatever. But a full on commercial, I have not seen. Not to say that they're not out there, but I haven't seen one.
Better be today.
When commercials like that hit mainstream media, that's gonna let you know that you could take marijuana
Physically anywhere.
to a new network. Like you can televise marijuana. I know everybody's seen the 2 Chainz show where he goes around smoking the expensive weed and stuff like that. And that was on Spike TV. So that's the cable company. I'm talking about like when you see people talk about marijuana on like CBS and mainstream, it's either bleeped out, blurped out. Okay, the movie Weeds on HBO, which is probably one of the best pothead TV shows of all time at the moment. They really didn't show no weed.
I know there are some shows on Netflix where it contains like there's cooking ones where they cook with cannabis butter or whatever else they cook with.
But let these guys campaign for a marijuana video. It's over.
the current president. Did you see the video of when he fell?
Yeah.
And did you see the video? He actually said, by the way, I met with, who are those guys that are going to fly over shortly?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's your president
It was
right now.
Not too good. It's sad. It's sad. It's not, it's, they're representing, we are all representing the country. You become president and you're sort of not allowed to do that, but it's happened. It's happened and it's happened pretty badly. We won't go into it, but we all know the ones and they count those acts, they never forget. But that was a bad fall.
I remember remember the media made so much. I think you were at West Point at the time.
Yeah.
And you were coming down a ramp.
Yeah.
It didn't have a rail. You had dress shoes on like you have now, which have very slippery soles.
They look a little better, but you better not walk in rain. That's true.
Especially downhill on a ramp.
It was very interesting. I think I made my best speech. And that was my best speech. And I was so proud of it. It was pouring. And I said, this speech was so good. And then I said, how do I get down? Sir, you have to go down the ramp. I said, the same one I came up, it was a long, like an ice skating rink. And they said, yes, sir. And I had the general next to me, the commandant of cadets, nice guy, big guy, strong guy. I said, General, and he's wearing combat boots. They don't slip too much. I said, General, get ready, because I may have to grab you here. But I said, I'm not falling. There's no way. So I'd go tippy-toe down the thing. That was a mistake, because it didn't look so good. I even agree it was. But I got killed, and they never covered that speech. I said, it was my best. Someday they'll, in 100 years, they're going to put that speech on. I really, but you can't fall. You just can't fall, no matter what. Just can't allow it to happen. And I better not allow, especially after saying this, I better not allow it to happen with me. But things like that do happen.
So, hey, Sean.
That was a beautiful.
That's like saying you can't show weakness.
Yeah, but I bet you a lot of people would expect him to say that rudely and ignorant.
But he didn't.
And
Since that can't.
my thing is, Trump did this town hall meeting, and I forgot about it.
Let me focus on the issues that I think bread and butter issues that impact everybody. I want to know, if you get elected president, how fast you're going to be able to fix our borders, bring us back to energy independence.
Now think about the question: how fast can all this get done?
My statement before he answer and keep going is, y'all, to watch this, who's watching it with me, you have to prepare yourself for Fox to ask questions that's going to help Trump. Yes, okay? Keep that in mind. These questions are set up to make Trump look good. This is not CNN. This is not MSNBC, people who are that don't like him. Oh shit. So it's just keep that in the back of your minds, ladies and gentlemen, as we watch this. I'm gonna keep reminding you. I see, because I forgot about this. I was too busy watching the Stanley Cup first round. It happened today. Vegas Knights won. But yeah, these questions are meant to make him look good. The way he delivered this first question, I was just like, man, that's the type of question that he would love to be asked. Oh, I forgot this is Fox News.
Let me focus on the issues that I think bread and butter issues that impact everybody. I want to know, if you get elected president, how fast you're going to be able to fix our borders, bring us back to energy independence, how quickly you might be able to work to change the school system, bring back law and order and safety and security to this country and every town and every city, because I think people need that if they want to pursue happiness. How quickly can you shift gears and move this country?
Okay. I think very quickly. Let me just say, so I heard DeSantis saying, oh, well, I get 8 years, I get 8 years, he gets 4. You don't need 4 and you don't need 8. You need 6 months. Within 6 months, I said, within 6 months, this can be done. Other than, you don't need 8 years. And frankly, I wouldn't vote for him because he said, you need 8 years, you need 6 months. We're going to drill. We're going to get our energy down. When the energy comes down, other things come down. And we're going to take care of things. We're going to immediately close up the border. We had the greatest border. We had the safest border in the history of our country. Now we have the worst border in the history of the world. There's no, and I say this during rallies. We love our rallies. But I say it during, there's never been a third world country that allowed people to pour into a country. They'd stand there with sticks and stones if they had to. What's happening to our country? But in terms of doing it, you don't need 8 years and you don't need 4 years. We can have a lot of it done because these guys are amazing. The oil guys, they will be. In fact, I had it so low that we had to raise it or they would have all been out of business. We had so much oil, we didn't know what to do with it. We bought a lot of it for very little for the Strategic National Reserve that he then took to keep the prices down before an election. You know, we had the Strategic National Reserves almost full. And then Biden came along and took it to keep prices down. It's called artificially down. And the thing is almost empty now. And that's meant for times of war. It's not meant to keep a price down for an automobile. It's meant for war, for real problems. And we had it 75, think of it, 75 million barrels. And I bought it for peanuts. And Congress, I had to fight Congress. And the pricing was so crazy and so good. And we needed a place because we had so much. So we started filling up. This guy comes along and he takes it for automobiles, for people, so they, before the election, so the price could keep down. Now it's totally empty. It's the emptiest I think it's been in 50 years.
Down 48%.
And it's so sad. And by the way, the price is still very high.
I don't think gas went over $3 a gallon, if I'm not mistaken, when you were president as an average.
We had it down to $1.87. We actually had a little period of time where we had it lower than that. So, but the energy companies were, the oil companies weren't going to last. We had to say, I had said, wait a minute, I love it in one way, but in another way, they're all going to go bust. We got to get it up a little bit. But we had it down to $1.87. But we had a period of time where it was much much lower than that. It was too low, actually.
So we have
That's a good problem, by the way. That's a much better problem than it's at $6 and $7 and $8 and $9.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.
And some of the strategic guidance to fix that ahead of 2024. Before I go any further, I want to be clear here. Black voters are the consumers, right? You don't blame the consumer when they stop buying.
A divided city council has approved $51 million in migrant crisis funding, but it wasn't easy.
We respectfully ask that this chamber respects the order and decorum of this body of government.
Public comment became heated as residents and
How long was I
aldermen
muted?
disagreed on how taxpayer dollars should be
How
used.
long was
Casey
I
Cronus is
muted?
live at City Hall for us. First at 4. Casey.
Anthony and Natalie, the full council approved that budget amendment 34-13. The funding will go toward migrant housing and other resources for asylum seekers that have been bused to Chicago from the Texas border. But that decision did not come without contentious debate.
I have a diverse population, and I hear those same people, black, white, Latino, everybody different races, saying, what about us?
On housing and real estate. Also has
Residents and council members shared opinions which at times became heated over the decision to allot $51 million to migrants. Those against the funding are questioning how the city can suddenly come up with so much money for new visitors when local communities remain neglected and our own homeless population needs help. Since last August, more than 8,000 migrants have.
That is a good question.
How we gonna come up
No,
with that money?
how did they come up with the money? When you tell a community that they can't get no new books, when you tell a community we're not bringing no jobs, you know what I'm saying? You tell a community that, but then you turn right around and say, hey, we got $51 million and it's gonna go to people who never deserve to be in this country in the first place. How did you come up with that money when you couldn't give us books? That's a good question, bro.
That's messed up, bro.
Stop voting Democrat, bro. And then the black race hustlers would say, "Oh man, like I said, they wanted this."
Have been dropped off in Chicago from the Texas border, with Mayor Johnson calling it a humanitarian crisis.
When we talk about asylum seekers and those families who have been here, how do we make sure that there's enough for everyone? Look, you know, we're moments away of digging in deeper with our budget and making sure that we pass a budget that speaks to the values of who we are as a city.
Now, this comes after Mayor Lightfoot declared a state of emergency because of the migrant crisis before she left office. This as shelters and respite sites for asylum seekers remain full. And right now, Mayor Brandon Johnson is speaking with members of the media. We'll have the latest from that briefing coming up at 5. Reporting live from City Hall, Casey Cronus, Fox 32, Chicago.
All right, Casey, we will see you.
What your boy say? You see that? You heard that? You see, it's getting, it's getting, it's getting real out here. Dollar General.
It may be the most dramatic example yet of a store employee trying to stop a suspected shoplifter. A cashier was fed up with thefts, so when a suspected thief tried to get away on a bike, she gave chase in her car and smashed right into him. Now she's out of a job. She spoke with Les Trent.
A woman is following a bike rider. Watch what happens next. She plows right into him. Then she gets out and a profanity-laced exchange begins, with both hurling insults at each other.
Shut up.
Why would she give chase after a bike rider? Turns out she's a cashier at a Dollar General store in Fresno, California, and she says the bike rider shoplifted all of those items and took off on his bike. She's so fed up with shoplifters, she decided to go after him. Just look at them exchange insults as they each try to retrieve the items scattered all over.
Oh, you see me in my car? I'm sick and tired of everybody getting away with it.
35-year-old Jessie Soto tells me she's now been fired for what she did.
She's a hero. And I covered it first before anybody else covered it. That's a hero, except for Insider Edition. Come on now. That's a hero. She knocked the shit out of me. I missed that. Boy, I'm sorry. I love it. 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 I love it.
With shoplifters, she decided to go after him. Just look at them exchange insults as they each try to retrieve the items scattered all over.
Oh, you see me in my car?
Bro, anybody pay attention how she just shot that bike? Okay? Then count the feet. Nigga, that's about two to 3 feet. She slung it, man. That dude better watch out, you know.
He gonna get it.
I'm sick and tired of everybody getting away with it.
35-year-old Jessie Soto tells me she's now been fired for what she...
Woo! Yo, you know she's going viral. You know she's going viral. A lot of people is not getting to see this. We getting to see this exclusive before it hit YouTube and all. Wow. And you my hero.
There's some who would say that what you were doing was taking the law into your own hands, and it could have been dangerous. You could have run him over and killed him.
That was never the intent. I would never hurt anybody.
Soto says she never intended to hit the cyclist. She's now set up a GoFundMe.
She didn't hit him. We wired the tape.
You could have run him over and killed him.
That was never the intent. I would never hurt anybody.
Soto says she never intended to hit the cyclist.
Okay, she hit her. If he hit that back, if he hit the back of the front tire, she didn't hit him. She cut him off, yes, but she didn't hit him. You know, he hit the car that got in the biker's way, technically. Now, if she had to, I'm just saying she need to, because I might send her $1 on her GoFundMe. I need a GoFundMe. I need help. Shit, the hell? I need a grill so I can smoke and smile and talk to people.
She's now set up a GoFundMe page because she's out of work.
An overall intention to go after him was to keep him from doing it again.
Woo! They might want to quit showing it from that angle right there. Just saying. That angle right there doesn't really help the situation out of it. It makes it look bad. But she my hero. She my hero. I need that song right now. You gotta be there. You gotta be white in the car driving these niggas down tonight. She is my hero. She my hero. On me. On me. Go tell your boys. Go tell your people that's what you seen. Hey, tell them you seen it here first. When people say, hey, man, did you see that dude hit that girl hit that dude? She was wrong. No, she wasn't. Thieving ass nigga. I got a Twitter of a 19-year-old girl birded out of school and killing. No, let me take that back. A teenager burning down a school, killing 19 people on a Twitter. And I don't even know if that stuff is true. It must not have been true because it still not have made no mainstream media yet. So why would people tweet weird, crazy stuff like that? I'm just saying. I was already. What the hell?
You've seen the
Nope.
You've seen the videos of brazen smash and grabs like these, often carried out in broad daylight.
It's an absolute threat.
A Chicago area Louis Vuitton raided by 14 hooded suspects, making off with over $100,000 worth of luxury items. A flash mob style heist at an Oakland area Nordstrom. This New York jewelry store, windows smashed in with hammers. Federal authorities and retailers are now sounding the alarm about the growing danger of organized retail crime that is sweeping the country.
They know exactly what stores to hit, what businesses and residents.
I thought about what I was going to say. This is what I'm going to say. This is better than marching in the streets.
True.
That flash mob, yes, it's wrong. But it was clean. No violence. Nobody got hurt. You went in, you knew what you wanted, you got out. I know I'm not promoting violence. But I'd rather see this than marching in the street and unorganized terror and destruction and violence that happens in the streets with like being male there. Remember 20, I got a reminder that 20 people did die doing all those marches, doing BLM, doing the George Floyd riots. Organized crime because there's high corrupt organized crime. There's drug life organized. There's organized crime. When it's organized crime, nobody gets hurt. You know what I'm saying? It's just the bad guys versus the good guys. You keep innocent people, innocent bystanders out the way. You know, the bad guys do what they do. The protesters do what they do. Organized crime do what they do. In this case, now you got to put in the laws and the protection and what you got to do. This is what happens when you, ladies and gentlemen, let's say it together, decriminalize the police. This is. I'm sorry to say that. I'd rather, you know what I'm saying? No other podcast, no other streamers is gonna say that. They all gonna be like, I'm just totally wrong against it, which is I am too. But if it's like I say, I'm gonna say it again just so everybody can clarify and hear me clearly. Organized crime I'd rather see than marching in the streets and rioting.
To hit when and where?
Coordinated groups are targeting stores, millions of dollars worth of goods. Retailers say they're growing more violent, putting shoppers and workers at risk, sometimes with tragic consequences.
What goes through your mind when you realize that your dad was essentially killed over 3 power washers?
You can't imagine that any piece of equipment in Home Depot is worth a life.
When you saw the video of what happened to your dad, what was going through your mind?
Wish it would have been me.
Authorities say organized retail crime is large-scale theft of mostly high-value items, from handbags to power tools, which are often then illegally resold online on sites like Amazon, eBay, Facebook Marketplace, or Craigslist. Amazon, eBay, and Facebook prohibit the sale of stolen goods on their sites and have said that they take measures to help ensure that.
They're very much organized in the sense that they're doing it for the profit. Obviously, the profitability is the key here.
Companies say this type of crime is reaching unprecedented levels, jumping more than 26% in 2021 and forcing the average family to pay an estimated $500 more each year on goods.
It's growing double-digit year over year.
This is professional shopping.
Okay, now, this is where they just make me want to change my mind. Back the fuck around and go back to what I was saying a long, long time ago when I say, man, y'all think that people that steal, that it doesn't come out of our pockets? Yeah, it does. Because it means the retailers can mark their prices up 500%. That 500, you just seen it. That's basic, like saying, man, if they're gonna steal it at $10, I'm gonna sell it to the value people for $30, $40, so I can make that cost of that loss back up. I want y'all to hear that one more time.
Crime is reaching unprecedented levels, jumping more than 26% in 2021 and forcing the average family to pay an estimated $500 more each year on goods.
It's
50% basically. Okay, 50%. Retailers up their prices on most goods 50% because of theft. Then you got inflation. So now you know why prices and what they're costing in stores. Now it makes sense. If people didn't know why it didn't make sense, now it makes sense. Because we're stealing at a most alarming rate. And yes, we know, oh man, everybody loves to say, these places, oh man, it's insured. Yeah, it's just ensured that these motherfuckers are gonna raise these prices, and now that people that paid for these prices are gonna pay triple of what they normal will pay. Not double, triple. Because now you gotta pay twice for 2 items. You gotta pay for what they stole, and you gotta pay for what you bought. So they're gonna triple that price for that one good. Think about that next time you discuss. And I'm thinking about it too. Cause now I know, now I understand. Now I get it. Now I got another tool to talk to the youth when I'm talking about, bro, we need to help each other quit stealing because it's coming out of our pockets. Oh man, it ain't coming out of pocket. Yes, it is. Because now they're going to triple the price that you're going to have to pay for something. If you don't get that, then you might as well hand him the money so he can go buy what he want to steal because you're going to pay. Okay.
It's growing double-digit year over year.
This is professional shoplifting.
100%.
Big box stores like the Home Depot have been hit especially hard. They tell us they're investigating hundreds of cases this past year alone and losing billions. The retail giant opening up to ABC News, showing us exactly what's being targeted. You have a special name for this part of the store.
Yeah, this is.
How in the world did that person just fall?
And losing billions. The retail giant opening up to ABC News, showing us exactly.
I didn't see. Okay. That dude right there. You're getting in the way of somebody trying to steal.
What's being targeted. You have a special name for this part of the store.
Yeah, this is what we refer to our billion-dollar aisles, billions and billions of dollars worth of sales in this product. And then about a third of our losses from a theft and frauds perspective come from, power tools, particularly.
Thieves are taking anything from leaf blowers to metal wire. And how much is a spool like that worth?
A full spool can range anywhere from $1,000 to upward of about $3,500.
In April, 3 people were arrested in connection with an organized retail crime operation that allegedly targeted California Home Depots. Authorities recovering $75,000 worth of stolen goods. Why do you believe that you've seen such an uptick?
COVID aside and the pandemic aside, which kind of emboldened some people wearing masks, there's the online proliferation that about 90% of our organized retail crime cases involve some type of online selling platform. Opioids and fentanyl continuing to drive the need for fast cash.
And Homeland Security officials say the organizations have suspected ties to drug trafficking and terrorism financing.
There are crime syndicates that could be tied to local gang networks that maybe have established networks either from the Chilean or Colombian threats or Romanian crews coming in from Eastern European that are comfortable in certain cities.
According to the company, this one crew robbed various stores more than 20 times, allegedly stealing a total of $135,000 in merchandise. At least 2 of them have since been arrested on robbery and larceny charges. Their cases are pending.
We are looking at these folks who do this for a living, impact us on a regular basis, and building large multi-state jurisdictional cases against these ORC groups.
Another alleged repeat offender, this Delaware woman, Ayana Duramas, who authorities say has been on an organized retail crime spree for years. In February, she was caught on surveillance, allegedly stealing 2 Nespresso machines worth nearly $2,000 from a New Jersey Bed Bath & Beyond. And then here she is again at a nearby Home Depot a week later, raising a hammer at a Home Depot employee who tried to stop her. Authorities have charged her with shoplifting and robbery with a deadly weapon, but the case is pending. They say she has raked in thousands pawning goods. Why do you believe that organized criminals are targeting Home Depot?
I don't think that any of the organized criminals that are out there are just coming to Home Depot. I think they're going to wherever they think today they can get what they're looking for to be able to sell quickly.
In some cases, employees fight back. This family-owned jewelry store in Huntington Beach, California says they were targeted by thieves last year.
It's our family business. We wanted to protect it, protecting what's ours.
But many larger retailers do not want their employees to intervene. Lululemon recently fired 2 employees for chasing alleged robbers, as seen in this video. Get out. The company saying in a statement the two women.
That part right there. To make you think that these crimes that are committed is bigger than. What if the lobbyist people, are y'all ready? Y'all ready to follow me down the rabbit hole? They're like, your ass sleepy. I'm just saying, it did. But check this out. What if the lobbyists is planning these thieveries, these thefts, especially these high-class thefts, so they can up their prices, so they can up their retail prices? What if we're not stealing like that for real? What if that is organized? Because listen, people are getting fed up, but people are losing their jobs for actually doing the right thing. That is going to start to become a problem. That's going to make less people want to do the right thing. That's going to make criminals come out of nowhere. That's going to turn good people into bad people, because good people are going to try to see bad people always win. I wish I just knew how to build a team so we can start investigating on some of this, because this alone right here is fishy. And the more that I think, and the more that things are coming together, and think about this, y'all. They're taking hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of stuff. I can tax 3 times what the normal price is and make people pay, because that's what we're paying. 3 times as much for one thing. But how can I get there fast without slow? That's how people steal. Like people say, the insurance, I got insurance on, it doesn't matter. But it does matter. Because we still, the regular consumers, the average Joes, the middle class, even the rich, pay double for what they really want. A lot of people are paying fake diamonds. I may be going too far down the rabbit hole. Maybe not. I don't think so. I'm really seeing that this may be more plot and planned out than what we is thinking about. This go deeper than what we are thinking about. I wouldn't even know where to start to look. I sort of do, kind of, maybe. I don't think too many people will have the balls to follow me down this rabbit hole with me. I'm like, man, the weed done got to your head. You smoke too much. You need something better to do. But yet again, I'm always, and people that are starting to get close to me now are starting to see and starting to learn from me that things that I look up is not about me. You think that the things that I look up, if I was being selfish and it was about me, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, maybe I'll be looking up adoption stuff or whatever. But I really look up things that affect us deeper than I go deeper than what I sometimes feel like I go deeper than what I also think. People be talking about their third eyes open. This is me feeling like my third eyes open. Like we're seeing, look at the picture. The picture is 1,000 words and words, but we're seeing the enemy right in front of us. We recognize the enemy, but we can't point the finger at them because you have not enough evidence. Understand everybody's crooked, everybody's wrong, everybody cheats. Everybody's looking for a shortcut. Everybody wants their next hustle. Everybody wants that next $1 million. So if I already got $1 million, I want another $1 million. If I got $1 million, I'm trying to get $1 trillion. But what if the consumers, lobbyists, I got to remember that, lobbyists, it's like, okay, everybody's making money. Everybody's getting to the bread. You know what I'm saying? Even though we're going through a recession, money's still flowing. Everybody's getting to it. America's losing out on money because other countries is building a newer currency. How can we take from them without them paying attention? We just can't mark up prices and say our technology and everything's getting better because YouTube is out there. You know what I'm saying? Most people can build it from home from that mom and pop shop. See, YouTube has become that mom and pop shop. Oh. Okay. That yellow, that falling down this rabbit hole is starting to make more sense and more advocate for lobbyists to even try something like that. Sometimes you have to think crooked to make things make sense. If I am correct, which is I know I am this time. I don't have to look this up. By YouTube, young creators, you know what I'm saying? People quitting their 9 to 5 to get on YouTube, to make videos, make contents that are kid-friendly, learn, educated, inspiring, uplifting, joyful, spiritual. All of this, they're making money. That means, hear me out, that means they're not working at them stores. They're not going to Home Depot. They're not working at White Castles. They're not working at the jewelry store. They're not going to work at none of these regular businesses like normal, like usual. Especially the pandemic. Everybody learned how to sit at home. You had time to learn how to create, build, learn, find. So now the lobbyist wants to come around and say, hey, we need some of that money back. Because that money's not coming to us as much. So they plot and plan big stuff like this. I'm not saying that all of them do. I'm just saying if this is getting hit up the way they getting hit up, there's no way you're not going to start putting a little bit more security, better security out there. What is the person in the truck outside watching a parking lot doing? Why he not helping? She, he, whoever's in. What is the security person's job if they can't be helpful to the people that they're secure? Just saying. We're looking at the big consumers plotting. If they're not plotting the actual takeover and go steal, no, they're not saying go steal. They're not gonna plan that. They're not gonna say, hey man, hey buddy, go get 100 of your guys and y'all go steal. No. They just make it real easy for people who have mindsets like that. Yeah, they might go tell somebody to go whisper to somebody, hey, why don't you try to go do that? Put a bug in somebody's ear. Hey, man, you know you go this way. You go over there, you can get this for that. Oh, yeah, well, straight up, okay. Just saying.
And were fired for knowingly violating our zero tolerance policy related to physically engaging with the perpetrators, which put their lives and the safety of our guests and other employees at risk. Our people's safety is our #1 priority. Home Depot also tells its employees not to stop robberies in progress, warning of the dangers.
It seems almost like a catch-22 that you want to keep your employees safe, but at the end of the day, these criminals probably know that the employees are limited in their capacity to stop it.
But it's the safety of our employees and our customers comes first, 100%. And what the consequences financially are the secondary consideration for us.
Still, 2 employees have been killed, allegedly by thieves at Home Depot stores.
Shots fired at the Home Depot on Johnson Drive in Pleasant Pen.
In April, 26-year-old Blake Mose was fatally shot while authorities say he was trying to stop a theft at a California store. 2 people were arrested on murder charges. And in October, police say 82-year-old Gary Razor, nicknamed Grandpa Gary by his Home Depot coworkers, was pushed by an assailant who was allegedly trying to steal 3 power washers at a Hillsborough, North Carolina location and later died.
He loved working at Home Depot because he was invested in the people and the customer, the workers.
Jeff Razor says he never dreamed his father's job could put him in danger.
At his funeral service, we had to have 2 of them because the entire Home Depot staff and workers, from the manager to the person that just hired in a week ago, or wanted to come.
So does it surprise you that he would have tried to step in to stop a theft?
Oh, it doesn't surprise me at all. It wasn't like he was going to tackle the guy, right? He was just asking for a receipt.
In January, police arrested the 26-year-old man they say pushed Gary Razor. He is charged with robbery and first-degree murder. He is being held without bail.
What was taken from you?
Time. All we have is time. That time that we had planned to spend with my dad. Now that's just not going to be. So, time.
Home Depot says Gary's story is driving urgency to stop the problem, but they acknowledge they can't do it alone.
There are certain parts of certain states that have taken it very seriously, but there's other pockets of the country where this problem still is not taken seriously day in and day out.
Do you believe that there should be tougher penalties for those who are behind these crimes?
Absolutely. I think that especially at the higher levels of these organizations, these people are using, I'll call it some disadvantaged folks in some cases, homeless population, people that are drug addicted in many cases, to go into these stores and be the pawns and actually put themselves at risk to do this.
With losses growing, the retail industry and law enforcement are looking for solutions. Congress already passed the INFORM Act, which requires online marketplaces to collect and disclose more information on the goods they sell. But retailers want them to do more and pass the Combating Organized Retail Crime Act, creating coordinated multi-agency response to retail theft.
These bills will help to establish a Center for Organized Retail Crime under the Department of Homeland Security to share information and to work investigatively to detect, disrupt, and dismantle these organized groups.
Home Depot says it has had no choice but to lock up some of its most valued items, a move they say is frustrating but necessary.
Is it common that we would see these things behind bars?
In a perfect world, this is not what we'd want to be doing. We'd want to be completely open to our customers. But unfortunately, this is the product that is targeted most frequently.
The company is also working to make more of its products trackable, adding monitors as a deterrent, alarmed gates to prevent carts from leaving, and installing more cameras to keep track of shoppers. But for Gary Razor's family, nothing can undo the loss. His death, a warning that these crimes are destroying lives.
What do you want people to hear about your father's story?
I would like very much for people to understand that my dad would want, right, people to focus on this and say, we've finally gone too far.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more...
I think they're going too far. I don't know, y'all. Things that we see and do and hear and see on this show. Wow. It's amazing. If you're watching this show, I need y'all to do me one favor. Please, please hit that like button. They say that helps. I've been doing 2 days of research. If you do watch my show, can you just go down through all of those little pages and just hit that like button? I highly appreciate it. It starts an algorithm that I probably don't have going at all for as my videos and shows. So if y'all can do that, I'm gonna start doing that at the end of my shows. Start really please asking for that small little gesture. Now I see how it feels when people be saying that when I be watching their shows, but they be already having a bunch of likes. I be getting 0 likes. So need y'all to like that. Hit that like button, please. Pretty please. All right, y'all. I'm up out of here. Peace.